Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Nina, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-Step System to Pass the TOEFL IBT. And you made a comment at my join section of my website. You say, "Hello, Michael. I got 77 on my TOEFL IBT. However, I need 83 in order to be admitted at university. Would you please guide me? What should I do?" First of all, when you're using noun clauses, you want to say, "Would you please guide me in what I should do?" So noun clauses actually use statement, not question, word order. You say, "My scores are as below. Reading 18, listening 16, writing 20, speaking is 23. You say also, "Please explain how your course works. How many hours do we have in your course daily? Could you explain?" You say, "How does it work?" You want to say, "Could you explain how it works?" Yes. First of all, imagine a website that has 7 specific categories: vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Each category has a series of lessons and practice tests to help build your English in that particular area, right? So what you'll do is I will suggest a study guide based on what your current score is and based on your goal. And then how many hours, you ask me, how many hours we have in your course daily. There is no limit to how much time you can spend. You can control how much time you spend directly at my website. This is a self-study online TOEFL course. I get involved when you complete pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice tests. I will give you feedback and scores in about 24 hours after you're having completed those. Now, in the case of the vocabulary, grammar, reading, and listening, all of those practice tests will be scored directly at my website using my computer software programs, right? So let's go to your situation. So how will the course work for you? My recommendation for you is you probably need about 30 days to go through some of the lessons in the vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, reading, listening, writing, and speaking areas, right? So you will start going through the lessons in my course on a day-to-day basis, and hopefully after about 30 days you will have improved your academic English enough to reach your goal, right? So that's kind of how it works. Now, if you ever have questions, what you want to do, Nina, is you just do what you just did. You can either email me or you can make a comment directly at this specific website, and I will answer your questions as quickly as I can. All right, so how many hours should you study? I'm going to give you a recommendation. Now, remember that you have complete unlimited access to all 700, no joke, I have 700 lessons in my vocabulary course today. So some of my students who have lower scores, they may use my course for 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 months. Because they want to go, for example, from say 49 to maybe 90 or 100 on the TOEFL exam. If they want to go from 49 to 100, that's going to take probably almost a year of good practice. In your case, because you need to improve about 6 points, I see you as studying approximately 4 weeks before reaching your goal. So here are my recommendations for you. Now remember that it's hard work. It takes time for you to improve, but if you do these 3 things, I think you'll have a very good chance of reaching your goal within 4 weeks. Now, I cannot guarantee anything. Every student is different. You got to study, you got to be consistent, you got to follow my plan. Anyway, here's the plan. Number 1, you don't even need my course to do this, Nina. Read. Spend time about 45 minutes every day reading. You can read magazines, newspapers, and longer books. This is very, very important. Remember, about 45 minutes every day. Number 2, spend about the same amount of time each day practicing listening. In this case, focus on news, history, documentary, and especially science programs. Now, in both cases, you want to focus on your notes. you need to get down the main and the most important supporting points of the reading and listening passages. Now, using your notes, you can do two things. First of all, I want you to write three. Write 3 academic summaries each week. You don't have to check in for grammar. You don't have to check in for content. Just going through the motions of writing an academic summary every week is very important. Now, the next thing. You can also do 3 to 5 oral summaries every week of these reading and listening passages. Now what are you doing? You're not just doing reading and listening and note-taking practice, you're also doing integrated writing and integrated speaking practice. This is very important. Follow those first 2 tips. Now, the third tip is to start going through the lessons in my online TOEFL course based on the study guide that I'm recommending for you. Each day, you'll do lessons in different parts of my course, and hopefully by the end of the 30 days, you will have improved your English enough to reach your goal. Now here's what you can do. After about 30 days, you can go to the 8th section of my course, Nina, and then you can take a full-length IBT practice test. And then you can make a decision. A, you are ready to take the TOEFL based on your practice test score. B, you need to do more study at my website and following those first 2 suggestions before reaching your goal. For example, let's say at the end of 4 weeks you take the IBT full-length practice test. It takes 4.5 hours. All 6 of your speaking tasks will be graded. Both of your writing tasks will be graded. And then let's say you get 87. You can say, okay, my score is 87. I am ready to take the TOEFL exam again. Remember, the TOEFL exam is very expensive. It's usually a good idea to take a practice test before you take the test so you have information. You know where you are. All right, Nina? Anyway, that's pretty much it. So this is kind of how my course works. How many hours that you spend daily depends on your schedule. My recommendation right now is for you to spend, I'm going to say maybe 2 hours every day doing the first 2 suggestions, then 1 to 2 hours a day going through the lessons in my online TOEFL course. So my recommendation is about 3 to 4 hours every day of good solid study. So you're looking at approximately about 21 to 25 hours every week studying, and then after 4 weeks, hopefully, you will have advanced your English language sufficiently to reach your goal. All right, Nina? Anyway, all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.